Hello and welcome back to this edition of Value Time. Again, your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Really appreciate you joining us today, and always glad to check in with those people who are making things happen, especially when it comes to our festivals and those things going on. We welcome into the program Armand Autin. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And Armand is Lockport Volunteer Fire Chief and the president of Festival Club. That's like two full-time jobs,
It
isn't
absolutely
it? And so I know that we were really struggling and challenged a little bit here over the last couple of years with COVID, but y'all were able to do something last April that was a little different, huh?
That is correct. We were one of the first organizations that were able to bring a festival back online in April of last year after the COVID restrictions. And actually, we debated right up to the weekend whether we should have it or not, and some people felt like we shouldn't have, but it was a successful weekend, even with a Saturday of heavy rain. And then, of course, we kind of got excited that we're back in the festival seasons, and then we ended up as ground zero in the most destructive weather event in my lifetime with Hurricane Ida, which canceled our October festival. And of course, where we're having the festival this weekend, the tourist center is gone. It's leveled. It doesn't exist anymore. There's a little portable building there, so we're still dealing with the remnants of Hurricane Ida as well.
Yeah, it's certainly made its impact, and it's really where, as excited as we are of coming out of COVID and being able to experience some of these festivals, we got to realize that a lot of our buildings have still been truly impacted in a very negative way.
That's correct. So Lockport Volunteer Fire Department has we operate out of 6 fire stations, about 150 members. We got 7 departments, pretty big department is what I'm getting at. And we lost 2 of our 6 stations lost. Fortunately, we had pretty good insurance to the tune of almost $1 million, although it's going to cost significantly more to replace them. But even more challenging than that is that we have to pay deductibles. So we're pumped up about having a festival and trying to make some fun so we can kind of keep that flow going for our community. Obviously, we're 100% volunteers, so it has no impact in terms of response times and things along those natures because the units are still there. It's just we don't have those stations to house them in, to keep them protected, secure, and stuff like that. But yeah, so we're excited about having a great festival. We have great weather for the first time in quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, y'all have almost been, it's almost like the bad weather's been looking for your festival, right?
That's correct. So the Lockport Food Festival, which we go by Le Fête du Mont, but the Lockport Food Festival was actually the Lockport Fall Food Festival, which when the diocese abandoned kind of the festivals and then different organizations kind of picked it up, different nonprofits. We were one of those over 25 years ago. And it was actually the Lockport Fall Food Festival. But then we got a couple of hurricanes 2 years in a row, so we moved it to the spring. And that's we kind of bounce around with Easter, either before it or after. And that's kind of how we ended up in the spring, though.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of the things that people can look forward to here. And again, that's the Lockport Food Festival, April 22nd through April 24th, this coming weekend. Tell us a little bit more about
so Le Fête du Mont is going to be held at the intersection of Highway 90 and Highway 1 in Raceland, Louisiana, in Lafourche Parish. It's on the West Bank. We're going to have like your standard, that our culture, we're used to these festivals, so we're going to have the rides, we're going to have great Cajun food, we're going to have, music, a little bit swamp pop, and then for the younger folks, some more of the more rock and roll kind of music in the late evenings. And of course, with today, everybody has cornhole, so we have a little cornhole tournament on the Saturday. So there's a lot going on. We kick off at 6 p.m. tomorrow night, and we have Blue Label Trio, and then we have follow that at 9 p.m. by Rock Solid, which a lot of locals like.
Yes,
that
they
band.
do. Very good band.
Saturday we kick off at 10 a.m. with the Philip Jeremy Band, followed by Heart and Soul at 1, and Freddie Rodrigue, the one-man band, from 5 to 8. Before we kick off with a local favorite, which is Contraflow. They've been doing our festivals for quite a few years, and we always have a large turnout. And Contraflow, their lead singer, has been really good to us, and he's kind of held true to the cost of the festival. So we do really well with him without having it costing us an arm and a leg, I guess you could say. And then on Sunday, we kind of wrap up the festival at 10:30. We start with Tête Deux. Everybody knows Tête Deux.
Tête Deux.
And then get this one, at 3 p.m. we have the Travis Thibodeau Band. So another local everybody wants to come out and see.
Right.
Of course, throughout the festivals, we have live auctions, at different intervals. And our cornhole tournament right now is set up for Saturday. There's information. We do have a Facebook site, Le Fête du Mont, and it's on Saturday. We don't profit. We being the festival doesn't profit anything. It's 100% payout. So everyone can just come out and have a good time, camaraderie with everyone else. And then those that are really interested in it, they'll put their money up, and it'll be 100% payout. So, and then for the actual rides, which I don't want to forget, because they're a Louisiana group too, which is kind of difficult to get ride companies. And a lot of people say, "Why you didn't change the festival? It was rain's coming," because it's hard to get the ride company. Once you locked in, you kind of locked in because
Right.
they're not very flexible. Anyway,
Right.
they come out of Patterson, and they have I think he told me they have 4 new rides this year.
Oh,
so the
my.
kids are gonna love that. You know, when kids see new rides, they really get into it. But
Absolutely. Some new things that we're looking forward to with some new rides, 4 new rides. Go ahead.
That's right, and it's all weekend bands are $75. There is the Friday pay one price that opens at 6, and then from 7 to 11 on Friday is $25, and then each session basically after that is $25, and there are 3 sessions on the Saturday and then 2 on the Sunday.
Right.
And I do want to mention we are still taking donations and auction items.
Okay.
Where we have people that's going to be at the pavilion right at Lafourche Parish Pavilion, near the tourist center, right at the intersection of Highway 90 and Highway 1. So beautiful weather, great camaraderie. It's our culture. Come out, support the local nonprofits. I mentioned the Lockport Volunteer Fire Department. We are one of several organizations that kind of participate and put this together. And so we have the museum right there in Lockport, which is struggling because of the hurricane and because of COVID as well. We have the Lockport Rotary Club. We have the Lockport Carnival Club. And we have the Lockport KCs. So there's a bunch of nonprofits. All this money goes right back into the community. So please come out and have a good time with us right there at the overpass.
Oh, man, I can't thank you enough for coming on, and we look forward to lots of people coming out and enjoying that.
Excellent.
All right, guys, don't go anywhere. This will do it for Bayou Time. There's a whole lot more here on HTV.